Hey guys, what's happening? This video is going to be on the Model A. We're getting back on that. Square body's gone. It's Sunday morning, and last night my furnace crapped out on me. So I had to rig up some temporary heat, and because of that, I had to steal the power that I normally use from my compressor. So I don't have any grinders or anything, so I'm kind of screwed there. I'm gonna do some welding and stuff. There's a ton of welding to do, and hopefully get that part in for the furnace Monday morning. So we'll see how it goes, but might as well just get right to it. Okay, so here's my problem. Uh, it's this circuit board here. Got to get it changed, so I have no furnace, which sucks. I rigged up a 220 heater. Problem here is that I'm taking the power from where my compressor is is hooked up, so I have no compressor right now, and that kind of really screws me over. There's some stuff I can do, sanding and whatnot, and hopefully I can get this furnace thing dialed in quickly. So that's where I'm at. I'll do some hand sanding and stuff on the Model A for now. I got some welding to do on the fenders. So yeah, there's a few things I can do, but I'm going to run out of work pretty quick without a compressor. Okay, so I took advantage of the downtime to do some cleanup, put some stuff away, and make some room in here, get my tools organized a bit, and reacquaint myself with the where I was at with the Model A. So I had widened the one rear fender and finished welding that, and I had just tacked my strip in here to widen this fender. So I've been welding on that for a bit. It's Sunday evening, and I just found out from my furnace guy that he's got the part. He'll pick it up in the morning, and we'll have heat in the morning. So that's a good thing, because tomorrow night it's supposed to go to 40 below. So I'm going to continue on with this for a bit, and we'll probably come back to you in the morning. Okay, so it's Monday morning. My furnace guy just left. I have heat. So I disconnected my electric heater and hooked my compressor back up. So I'm back in business. Cut out and put in that last strip there. So I just got to finish welding that in, hammer out some dents. These were all just filled with body filler. Terrible. And we got to fix up this little section right here. And that fender will be done. So I also have a patch to do on this fender. So we'll get that cleaned up, and both fenders will be done. I also pulled the hood off. That needs to be stripped as well. It's a bunch of chip paint and stuff like that. And these hinges are awful for Model A hinges, because it's metal on metal, and every time you open it, you end up with chips and stuff like that. It's almost unavoidable. That's why later on they got away from these split hoods and one piece with hinges underneath, instead of just metal on metal like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna strip that, and I'm gonna see what I can do about raising the rad shell. I can't raise the rad because the hose, rad hose down here, if you can see that, it's right under the rack and pinion steering. So if I raise the rad, I'd have to raise it so that the water inlet is above the rack. That would bring the rad way too high. But I think I can pick up a little bit on the rad shell, because this is just a fake. That's your actual filler. So let's see if I can raise it up 1.5 inches or so, because the hood has a pretty serious downward slope from the cowl to the rad shell. I'm going to try and eliminate some of that. No guarantees, but we'll see what we can do. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Okay, so the wife came home and the check engine light is on in the car. It's a POS. I hate that car. But we need it to last us through the winter, so another couple of months. So check engine light. Probably an O2 sensor or something like that. So I'm going to go take care of that right now. Hey. Kind of a balmy day today. Minus 17. Sort of warm, actually. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Yep, there it is. Check engine light. All right. Well, I think I'll fix that real quick and easy. Turn the wheel so you can see. So we just, there. I'm calling it done. So now I'm going to go get back to work on some real vehicles. Perfect. Okay, so here's doing a patch. I cut out this chunk of ugly out of here. It's all brazed and rusted and garbage. Anyway, cut that out. Made a cardboard template. Then I took the template and did the old on my anvil, which is a piece of old railway track. I have a bigger one too, about 2 feet long. Couple of taps, that gives me my curve. And then fit it in the hole. And this here is one of these. Basically, you just loosen it, you pull the little block out. That fits in between, like so. Then you put the block in from behind, tighten it up, and that brings this nice and flush. Then this is just a vice grip. Now I'm doing this whole patch in 2 pieces. I'm doing this one first, and then I'm going to do this little raised lip here. The reason for that is if I take this vice grip off, this is broken, split right in 2. The fender's going to want to twist around. So I'm holding it in place with the vice grip. I'll get this welded in, and then I can take this vice grip off, and it's going to maintain its shape. So that's where we're at, and yeah, I'm going to weld this in and show you what it looks like when I'm done. So there we go. That's how we do a little patch. Okay, so there's my patch tacked in. I've cut out that section of this raised bead here. If you look, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right there. There's a little wire that runs at the edge of this bead, and that gives you this nice edge here. So we're going to do the same thing. The only thing I'm going to do is weld it in after. So what I'm using for that steel wire is, one of these. People actually use these to hang clothes in closets. I don't own anything worthy of hanging in a closet. So all these wire coat hangers end up out here. You can use them for all kinds of things. I found sometimes that aftermarket parts don't fit where the crap, fenders and such. Sometimes you have to add to the edge of a fender to close up a gap because there's just not enough adjustment. So things like that, edges of doors, whatever. It does a nice finishing job, and it's an old body man's trick. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here's the underside of the fender. There's that little lip I was talking about. Done with the coat hanger. And that's the patch. So it looks pretty good, and I'm pleased with it. So both fenders are done. It's getting late Monday night. It's also getting very cold. Supposed to hit at least 30 below tonight, but we'll see. And I'm going to clean up a bit, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Before I pack it in, I figured I'd show you. I started sweeping up. All that pile is from just doing that fender. I mean, one of the fenders was almost done. There was one little patch. So all this shit here is from doing pretty much one fender and one small patch. So, you know, it takes a lot of work to make a mess like this. Anyway, thought I'd show you that. Good morning. 34 below zero this morning. Wife's car wouldn't start, so she's got a day off. With the wind chill, it's 41 below. So if you don't know this, my American friends, maybe Celsius and Fahrenheit meet at 40 below. So 40 below is 40 below no matter what scale you use. So it's freaking cold, man. You know, I had to I got my furnace fixed just in time. I would have been screwed. Anyway, we're going to get back at the Model A. Got a few things to do. Those fenders are finished. I'm going to strip the hood, get that other headlight off. I've got to rebuild that driver's side fender brace to match the passenger side. I encourage you to check out the previous two videos on the Model A. This video will make a lot more sense if you've seen the first couple. And yeah, let's just get to it, man. Okay, so before I pull that headlight and horn off, I'm going to show you what's going on here. If you look at a stock Model A, this right here, curve, is generally in line with the top of the headlight. This here right now is about 4 inches lower than normal. So the headlights look high and it looks kind of bug-eyed. It just looks weird. I can't raise the rad, like I said, so I'm going to see if I can raise the rad shell. On a factory one also, down here, there's a pan that is below the rad shell and covers the frame horns. So, you know, if it looks too high off the ground there, I can always fabricate something. But I'm going to try and raise this. I can get about 2, maybe 2.5 inches, and that'll bring it, you know, level with the cowl, so the hood's not sloping downward like it is now. So once I get this off, I'll be able to access the mounting points for the rad shell, and we'll see what we got. I might have to extend the neck that this cap twists into. No biggie. Like I said, it's a phony filler anyway. It's just there to hold the cap and the ornament. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do with that. Okay, so I took it apart and it's just mocked up there right now, but it looks 10 times better. I mean, the rad shell is still lower than stock, but it's not as bug-eyed looking. It's more balanced. And you know, there's some adjusting to do and stuff. You know, the gaps aren't right in that, but that's minor stuff. I'll get to that. But I use the standard, you know, soup can for a spacer. So we'll play with it. That I know the thickness that I need. The hood sits nice and straight and level now, and I think it looks 10 times better. So I'm going to go with that. I'll figure out some mounting for that thing, and I think we're going to spread the headlights apart a little bit more too. I find them a little bit too close to the rat shell. Even actually the horn is actually touching on this side. So yeah, I'll move it out just a bit, and I think we got her beat. So I'm happy it came out that easy. So there you go. Okay, so I took it all apart again because I need to build up this fender brace like I did this one over here. I did this in a previous video. This is solid, where this one there is, it's like a leaf spring. There's a lot of up and down movement on it. So I think it was leading to some of the cracks and stuff in the fenders. So we're going to beef that up, and also the way this is set up, I can also bolt the fender from the outside like it should. So we got that to do. I've also got to remove the cowl lights, the mirrors, and the door handles. And I'm going to pop out the windshield frame as well. There's a bunch of bubbling and stuff on it, so it needs some work. Along with that, I'm going to finish stripping the hood, and to make this fit, we're probably going to have to trim it a little bit and maybe trim it at the back and add to the front. It's because it was on a downward slope. It had been trimmed already down here. So because we brought it up, now there's a gap down here. So if I trim it from 0 to maybe ½ an inch over here, it'll fit nice against the cowl. And then we'll have to do the opposite of the front, add on to the front. So that's the work we got to do on that. I've got a little bit of metal work to do on the front fenders. That's one. And there's the other one. Not a whole lot of work, but a little bit. So we got to get going on that. And the front bumper is way too high. But if you look at these braces, they kind of shoot upwards. So I think if I took that brace and moved it to this side, vice versa, turn them the other way, it should drop that bumper down about 4 inches, maybe even a little bit more. Because I like to see the bumper, about halfway on the wheel. So like down here. So yeah, about 4 inches would be good, maybe 5. And you can see the upward angle of the bumper brackets. So we'd reverse that and should lower it enough. And I think the whole front end is going to look way better and look more like a Model A. So we'll cover most of that stuff in the next video. And that's where I'm at on that. Okay, so there you have it. Got quite a bit done. And I'm going to have a beer. So we're rolling along, crossing things off the list. Once I get all this metal work done and everything fitting the way I want it, got to just scuff the rest of the body, body work, the fenders, the filler work and stuff. So it should go pretty quick. Hopefully, might even have this thing paint ready by the end of the month. So that's what I'm shooting for anyway. We'll see how it goes. As long as no more unforeseen things like crapping out furnaces and stuff happens, should be good to go. Please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell. You know the story. It's free, costs nothing, painless, and it will make my world a better place. And this whole area here is my world, man. So yeah, what else? Yeah, waiting for that track bar. The owner of this Model A works up north. He's gone most of the time, so it's hard for him to get some extra time to drop parts off and stuff. He has the part. He originally got it shipped to my place, or at least he thought he did, but they shipped it to his address. So it's in the vicinity, just hasn't made it here yet, because I want to get it up in the hoist, get that in, and it's got a bad tranny fluid leak. I think it's the pan gasket. So we'll fix that while it's up there, and once I get it off the hoist, I can drag that 51 GMC truck in here and put it to the back. So that's the plan there, and yeah, that's where I'm going. So if you don't do anything else, right after you subscribe, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.